With Robert Sherman inside the convention center. So, Robert, what are the biggest takeaways, do you think, from day one at the RNC?
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing is that the anticipation was certainly amplified heading into the RNC after that attempt on the former president's life. This being his first return to the public spotlight since what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, and also making headlines for unveiling his VP pick, J.D. Vance.
We've seen the 45th president take the stage many times. We've heard him greeted by Lee Greenwood's hit song on countless occasions. Yet former President Donald Trump's entrance at the 2024 Republican National Convention, unlike any of the others. Bandaged ear and emotional cheers, his first public appearance since an assassin tried to take his life in Butler, Pennsylvania, Saturday. A slight turn of his head making the difference between life or death, according to Mr. Trump. The last the Pennsylvania crowd saw of him, he gave a clenched fist of defiance, shouting the words "fight" before Secret Service agents hurried him to safety, a moment that has rallied his closest allies.
For me, is the president's reaction to it, the way he stood up in defiance with blood all over his head and shook his fist, pumped his fist and was yelling, "Fight, fight, fight." I think that, it's unbelievable. I think that was incredible leadership. It was the spirit of a warrior coming out, and I think a lot of people saw that.
The 45th president officially receiving the needed delegates to sit atop the Republican ticket in November, with his home state of Florida pushing him over the edge.
And on behalf of the 125 delegates in the unbelievable state of Florida, we hereby nominate every single one of them for the greatest president that's ever lived, and that's Donald J. Trump. Hereby declaring him the Republican nominee for President of the United States of America.
Since announcing his bid for the White House, a top question among his supporters, who should be his running mate?
He's got to be smart with his pick, but I don't know. We'll see.
Madam Chair, it is a great honor to move that J.D. Vance be nominated by acclamation by this Republican National Convention as its candidate for the office of Vice President of the United States of America.
The pick finally in. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance securing the VP spot.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Drawing praise from his home state governor, Mike DeWine.
He is consistent with Trump's appeal to working men and women.
And the rebuke of President Biden.
He's a clone of Trump on the issues. A clone of Trump on the issue. So I don't see any difference.
A one-time critic of the former president turned staunch ally.
I bought into the media's lies and distortions. I bought into this idea that somehow he was going to be so different, a terrible threat to democracy. It was a joke.
Some wondering if the pick bolsters the electability of the ticket or if it even matters.
I would have been disappointed a few weeks ago because, my thought process is who's going to help him get elected. And J.D. Vance is in the same lane as President Trump. I don't think it matters. I think Trump's going to run away with it at this point. So pick the guy he likes.
As the party seeks to bridge all divides.
We look forward to having a unified effort this fall, but behind President Trump and Senator Vance.
And that word unity, you've heard it on the ground so much here in Milwaukee. The former president has reportedly rewritten his entire speech here at the RNC. Less of an emphasis on President Biden, more of an emphasis on bringing the party and country together.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.